Here's an example of a program written in Trinket and Python. The game is called Nim. So basically there are a number of sticks in a pile, and you are playing against another player, or in this case a computer, and you are going to draw 1, 2, or 3 sticks. And the player who chooses the last sticks wins. Meaning if you pick up the last 1, 2, or 3 sticks, then you are the winner. So what we're going to do is we're looking at starting off from line number 3. So we import the random range because we're going to use that later on. But the first thing that we do is we ask the user or the player for the number of sticks in the initial pile. So the user can input any number. Notice we qualify it as an integer. Now, in line 8, we define player turn. So what is a player turn going to do? Well, a player turn, you're going to ask the player, do you want to pick up 1, 2, or 3 sticks? So the player inputs 1, 2, or 3, and then the player waits for the computer to go. So if you look here, there's a while loop. It says while how many, which is what the player was asked. If how many is less than 1, that doesn't work. If how many was greater than 3, that doesn't work. Or if how many was greater than num sticks, the number of sticks in the initial pile, then that is not a legal number. So the computer would print out you need to enter a legal number. But if the player picks 1, 2, or 3, and it doesn't fit into any of those, we will just kind of skip over the while loop, and now we will say num sticks now equals num sticks minus how many, which means, of course, that we're going to take however many the user selected away from the total number of sticks. Then the computer is going to print sticks remaining plus, well, the number of sticks remaining. But, of course, we have to qualify it as a string now because you can't print a string and a number together. Now, if the number of sticks is equal to 0, then the game is over and the player wins. That is the player turn. Now, for computer turn, okay, once again, we bring num sticks that was entered earlier, but we have to qualify it as a global variable, just like we did in player turn, so that the variable num sticks is affected in all of these functions. All right, so anyway, now max equals 0, and you'll see why in just a second. So we say if num sticks is less than 4, then max equals num sticks. So that would be the maximum number that could be drawn. So that means if there's only 1 or if there's only 2, then the computer, of course, can't draw 3 sticks. But else, max equals 3, meaning, once again, that the computer can only draw up to that max. So computer sticks, that's going to be the number of sticks that the computer draws, which is going to be a rand range 1 to max plus 1. So for example, if max is 3, then this is rand range from 1 to 4. Remember though, in this range, it would go up to but not include the top number. So it would go from 1 up to 4 but not including. So that means the computer could select 1, 2, or 3. So the program will randomly select a number 1, 2, or 3, or up to but not including whatever the max happens to be. So now we take num sticks now equals num sticks minus the computer sticks, meaning however many the computer selected, just like what we did during the player turn. Then it will print the computer picked up and the number of sticks the computer picked up. So the computer picks up 1, 2, or 3 sticks, then it will say there are how many sticks remaining. If the number of sticks equals 0, then the computer wins. So that defines a computer turn. Now we have one last function, which is actually how to play the game. So First, when you play the game, it will print, let's play Nim. So now we enter a while loop. While the number of sticks is greater than 0, of course, if the user originally all the way up here entered a number greater than 0, then we can play. So, the first thing that happens in the while loop, it's the player turn. So whatever the player does, the num sticks up here in the player turn function ends up as num sticks minus however many the player picked. So then, after the player has gone, then if the num sticks is greater than 0, of course it's the computer's turn. Once the computer goes, now up here num sticks becomes num sticks minus however many the computer selected. Then we go back to the start of the while loop. So once again, if num sticks is greater than 0, then it's the player's turn. If num sticks is still greater than 0, then it's the computer's turn. And the while loop continues until one of the functions resulted in if num sticks equals 0, then print the computer 1. So remember, until line 39, nothing would happen. So if we removed line 39, all these functions would run, but nothing would actually happen in the program. So now let's run the program. So it says how many sticks are in the initial pile. Let's say we put 13 sticks in the initial pile. Let's play Nim. Do you want 1, 2, or 3 sticks? So I'm going to select 3 sticks. Okay? So now you'll see it says sticks remaining 10. Okay, now the computer turn happens here. The computer picked up 2. Remember, because 10 is greater than 4, the max the computer could pick up was 3. So the computer could pick up 1, 2, or 3. The computer chose 2. Sticks remaining 8. Remember, 10 minus the 2 gave us the 8. Now it's the player's turn, or my turn again. Do you want 1, 2, or 3 sticks? So I want 1 stick. Now, sticks remaining 7. The computer picked up 2. Once again, it's a random 1, 2, or 3. Sticks remaining 5. Do you want 1, 2, or 3 sticks? I'm going to take 1 so that I can win the game, hopefully. Okay? So now there are 4 remaining. The computer picks up 2, and now there are 2 sticks remaining. So I can win if I choose 2. So sticks remaining 0, you won.